Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the LCS for summer 2024. Later today, 100 Thieves and Immortals
what
go
studio is
head-to-head
that?
in a battle to climb the standings as time runs out on the regular season. But first, Big Dig are looking to bring it back after last week's loss against an Energy team still looking to find some of that summer magic that we've seen in the past. I'm Captain Flowers, joined by Jat for this series, and Emily Rand rounding out the TriCast here for our first game.
Sheesh, dope! Whoa! Oh shit, you see it back there?
Analyst. How y'all doing today?
Don't sell yourself short.
What?
I was good at swarm analysis.
You were great at it.
Yeah. You gave us a break.
Yeah, I'm dope. Looking a little bit, I kind of like big dopes, I'm not gonna lie.
Summoner's Rift, and we do have two teams that both really want to win today.
We do. When I was looking at these two teams, their actual stats are so close.
Okay,
to
so
each other,
remind me,
aside
by the
from
way,
number of wins,
real quick, remind
on
me.
the season. Energy is
There's
actually in a
LCS
really good
playoffs.
position here
Who
because
goes
they
to the
already have
playoffs?
Those 2 match wins. A win would clinch them playoffs, and actually, I think guarantee them top 4 because it moves them to 3 wins.
Right.
So very important stuff for them here as they go up against Dignitas, who were
Top
waiting
6
to see
out
if
of 8
Dignitas
teams
can turn it on because their schedule was so hard at the start of the year.
Okay, we're into draft. Very important. Going to go ahead and call this out. We are on patch 14.15.
Oh, they play live.
Aurora is enabled. Not just enabled, she's not micro-patch nerfed. So you can see her first ban there on red side. This was previously the Skarner spot.
I haven't really
earlier
watched
on this
pro
year.
play
It
since
is probably going to be
Esports
the
World
Aurora
Cup,
spot,
so
at least for this week, because the champion, anytime a micro-patch nerf has to come out, it generally means the character is very strong. So Dig's going to ban that alongside the Sejuani and Senna, while Nidalee and Lilia are banned out. Those powerful
Well,
AP
so is there
junglers
still
alongside
80
the
mids?
Cassante from Energy.
Yeah, and some pretty good targeted bans. Obviously, Energy wants to remove the Nidalee and Lilia.
Like, is it pretty much the same meta? Like,
from Spica,
wait, no, so
and
Triss is
then
nerfed.
the
Corky?
kind of comfort
Corky still
of the
pick blood?
Cassante, whereas I still think Energy.
I think
are one of
right
our
now,
better
Zeri,
or
Ezreal,
best
Lucian.
Senna teams
Disgusting
with
mid lane.
FBI, and then removing the Sedge from Contracts, who can do a lot with that
Raven's
champion.
played no CK?
Rumble first pick though, presumably for Dokla in the top lane.
I think so. I think
shooting
that'll
on their
also
bud?
pair really
Gum?
well with
What flavor?
Tristana or
I'm a
Corky
piece.
mid for Palafox. So a very standard, balanced team composition
Rumble's
for
still
them. The big thing that
giga
this
broken.
will allow them to do, though, is maybe have
Rumble
a little
is
bit more
broken.
voice
Wait,
in
this is
the
the patch that
is
Rumble was
something
nerfed,
that
by
has
the way.
been a
This is my
struggle for
problem, bro.
Energy. They played so much around their bottom
Like, we
side
nerfed Rumble,
this year,
and he's still
that
picked every
Dokla
time.
is definitely kind of on
What are we
an
doing?
island up there a lot of the time, and he's been struggling a bit.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Dignitas is going to go ahead and secure themselves that Ivern as the first pick. This champion has become a little bit more popular recently, right?
Yeah, I made
I mean,
Ivern
is
just saying.
actually really strong. Contracts, interestingly enough, for NRG is a known Ivern player as well as
They go
Armeo.
Nami? What are they going,
in the
Lucian?
LCS, they did not end up first picking it, and it fell out of the draft. That's actually been something that people have been banning against NRG pretty frequently.
Why
And
they
we've
keep
seen
pushing me,
Ivern
right? If you
be
don't know how
so
League works,
successful,
dude,
especially
I'm
with so
learning.
many AD carry compositions. And we talked about how, yes, Kraken Slayer
Holy
got
crap,
nerfed,
there's
LDR
fans there.
and Mortal Reminder got nerfed.
Players are probably
there
nervous.
are some targeted itemization changes against AD carries on this patch. As we see the Maokai locked in for Contracts, some really excellent combination with Rumble potential there.
Okay.
But Ivern is just so great
I
at
hate
keeping your
Maokai.
carries safe.
Dude,
buffing them,
it's,
and
I swear to God, it's
really
useless.
annoying.
Why is it still being
really,
played?
really
What does he do?
Especially in a world with, like you're talking about, every team composition these days having 2 different marks.
And yes, maybe I'm scarred from Umpty Dumpty, but bro, even T1 was playing it.
Here in the jungle, as we have that Lucian locked in for Energy. Not surprised at all to see this.
Yes,
You've got
they
some of that
kinda
mid lane power
used to
there
with the
from
hover.
that mid lane marksman alongside the big AP heavy hitter with the top side Rumble. We'll see how well Palafox can pilot this.
True, that's
Definitely
triple AP.
the more
Their
aggressive
support's gonna be
choice
AP.
in terms of the Tristana, Corky, Zeri, Lucian combos that we're seeing in the mid lane, but it is generally what we expected with the Rumble top lane, an AD pick that is
Braum is
for
open.
90% this is going to go mid, even though there is a world where they'd go Lucian Nami and then still throw a Triss or Corky mid lane, so it's a bit of a flex pick, which you can still pull off from the blue side, but
Same,
not
bro.
too surprising.
Good for the observers.
All right, let's see what we get here. I'm also very curious.
Maokai's super
a lot
low
of times
econ.
recently here in the LCS,
The
when
camp's
Lucian mid has been
ass.
picked, it's picked alongside a Bard support or something similar that is constantly going to be roaming, allowing Lucian to use that pressure that he needs to exert in order to be valuable as a pick. So I'm curious if the support role is going to be targeted more by Dig here in the second half of the draft with the
Braum.
bans. Jhin banned away, so they don't want to deal with that one.
I think Braum's
See what
not
Energy has up their sleeve.
pickable though.
Yeah,
Jhin ban? He'll play Jhin mid.
And I am super curious to see on the side of Energy. You mentioned how Lucian can be a flex. I still fully expect it to go mid as Trist is removed.
Same.
That pairs, again, even with
Are you supporting?
the Trist
I got dig
individual
winning.
nerfs, even with the itemization
But I
nerfs,
like
Trist
big
just
Dokes
pairs so
on
well with
NRG,
Ivern,
so.
and especially when she's a mid, allows you
If
to
Big
mow
Dokes
down
does
turrets
well
so
and they win,
quickly
I'm not.
once you
I'm not.
actually push out, get
But I will put
mid
my
and get a ton of
professional
bursts
opinion
off
on
her in
Dig.
tandem with the Ivern.
I didn't know the Poro hats were out of stock, personally.
I didn't either.
Yeah, we're top people are on it at this point.
This is a tragedy. We got to get more Poro hats back here in the shop, but it is Callista.
I'm a 5-world challenger, multi-season, multi-region. No, I am challenger opinion.
Do you think they're also just going to try to get rid of the?
Wait, they banned 47% win rate, Chris?
Here for Energy or something else?
Huh?
I think it makes the most sense in terms of limiting the amount of options they have mid lane. I don't. Jensen doesn't strike me as Zeri player. So he definitely has a lot of quirky games in the past, and it's just trying to keep him off of comfort. This does actually open the window, and unless he plays Zeri for a mage pick, like I do know, even though it's not traditionally a good matchup, that like Jensen's had a lot of really good Azir or Orianna games against Lucian mid. So we'll see if he just goes back to control Mage City or if he actually pulls out the Zeri for what I think.
Jensen plays Yone.
Wow.
It's laggy as hell, but he plays it.
Zeri mid.
Oh, he did go it.
Now, I'm not going to lie to you guys.
There's no way
I'm a little
Jensen
bit
plays that.
concerned because in the past, we've always seen Jensen excel on what we think of.
Oh, it is the problem.
Traditional
Look, I know what I'm talking. See,
look,
look,
right? The control
look,
mages, those
look, my challenger opinion. Look at that.
I still remember back to the era of solo lane Viego. And all of Jensen's teammates wishing that would no longer be the meta because he struggled adapting to it. So I'm curious how well he'll be able to pilot this Zeri.
Go, lock it in, bro.
You know, such a
Flowers,
bro.
Energy.
Your
Damn.
boy.
Baby, he's back. They tried to kill him. They tried.
Skarner's ass. Now he has like a terrible win rate. He's horrible.
Rate them before we got reworked, but he's still here. He's ready to rock.
Bro,
with the rock.
I was hoping.
Skarner locked in for Big Dig.
That is
Licorice was part of the GGG.
Yeah. Because he has been eviscerated by nerfs and completely dropped out of the meta, but this is a window where, I mean, their topside damage is comically low now with Skarner Ivern up against.
I think it's the coach problem, man.
And also, like we
Jensen
talked
can't
about
play
Rumble
Zeri, there's no way.
being already
Ivern Leona's
something
good.
that when Skarner was absolutely giga broken was something that people were like, well, because of his pushing power, because of his damage, he can be an alright counter. It was the Rumble and the Mortar.
Look, he doesn't look
that
dude. Look at his coach, by the way. Is this guy good? Like, what is like the CEO of like Dig, like have him on a lead? Like, what is this guy? Does not look happy. Is he like stressed or what's going on, man?
I'm beginning to think there might be a little bit.
Jesus, like his team's not doing well.
Drafting going on based on the look on your face. So
I feel kind of bad.
You guys, then, do you both think that Energy won the draft, or is there an angle here for?
Yes, it is. He is literally aware.
Because again, it's easy to execute. It has a lot of, especially with the Maokai, it has a lot of the things that you find last week in that first game. It has a lot of the same kind of harbingers to this comp as well. So if they can, you know, play better around Baron, play better around those mid to late game team fights and objective setups, then
you have to go 2 times speed?
I do favor Energy's comp.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Summer's Rift for the first time today in this best of 3 between Energy and Dignitas. Jensen piloting that mid lane Zeri, not a pick that we would have been expecting out of him, and Licorice also choosing the Skarner despite the suite of nerfs the champion has endured. I think the solo lanes for Dig are the big question mark here in this first game.
So, we are on patch 14.15.
Yep.
Okay. And Skarner was technically buffed on patch 14.15.
I don't like the
Wait, it's kind of a vibe.
Here's the buffs. Health growth increased to 110 from 105. That's 5 health per level, man.
Wowie.
Sure.
By level 18, that's almost 100.
It's almost a fraction of a ruby crystal.
Armor growth increased from
what we got?
From 4.8. So level 5, that's a whole 1 armor.
Jensen, already a bad trade. Why is Jensen on Zeri, bro?
The Shattered Earth monocost was reduced by 5. From 50 to 45.
No sponsors here, right?
Then I think the things.
Dude, surely my camera can be bigger than this. You can't even see me.
Shattered Earth.
Well, you guys can't even see me. Wait, where do I put my camera?
Basic attack more quickly and smoothly.
Okay.
So quickness and smoothness.
This can't be normal.
But previously from that, he was heavily nerfed in patch 14.13, which did remove him from the game. But there could be something cooking there that Licorice, he just tried him again after the
I think I got to cover the little bit of mana. It is what it is.
I mean, I hope it's good. I want to see what Licorice has cooking. We'll see how many good angles.
Dude, I can barely see. Look at the ads and the screen ratio.
As a ball of stats.
What's going on?
He's going to really need to look for good angles with that E-Style impact to be able to start up fights. He'll need those multi-ultis if he really wants to have the impact in the team fight.
He's part of a pushing.
Yeah, that's a big thing for me. It's just
there's no way the Skarner
with the
Dig, what are we doing?
We
what is going on?
Really
we're already down a cleanse?
Okay, popping the cleanse immediately to make sure that he does not get locked up any further, but Energy's bottom lane duo immediately taking control.
Well, especially Braum Ezreal is not exactly your level 2 power spike.
Wait, what's happening, by the way?
Lane.
Yeah.
So
how are we already getting shit on bot lane?
On by FBI and who he's Ven. Also,
Sven roll top, roll swap.
Teleport to get back to lane quickly. I will say the wave's crashing pretty slow. So
guys, I am saying my opinion as the team I want to win.
Yeah, and as we Ezreal really briefly
carries bringing teleport to get back to lane.
Stop making me lag, god damn it!
Wave's crashing pretty slow.
I don't use YouTube.
Most of this, but it's still a great early start for the Energy bot.
Yeah, and as we look at Ezreal really briefly, them laughing at each other in bot lane, he did get that Q like reversion. So for just to remind you,
I'm not 2 times. I think that makes it lag. That
nerfed, but
because you fast forward it too far. All right, not doing that.
Received about 2 patches ago. We had at that
little
point
early
Ivern.
We take those.
Buff played in LCK. Yeah. He looked
down to cleanse.
Really good.
Look at the CS gap already.
But that was kind of to stop him being so ubiquitous in every single draft.
What does ubiquitous mean?
Always there.
Okay, cool. Just wanted to make sure. Look,
we might have to late swap back.
To make sure that I
think that's a good question.
Yeah, it's.
I'm so sorry.
That's like a $10 word. I've heard it before. I never bothered.
What are the casters yapping about?
So I figured we all might as well learn something.
Are they like dropping how much they make an hour?
I'm
up next, I guess. $7.5 an hour, guys.
I'm happy to learn.
$7.5. It is what it is. You can laugh at me if you want. I'm trying my best.
The time that we've got as the junglers are just trading scuttle crap.
I do think this should be a new thing. I think Emily.
By the way,
to use,
okay, I'm not gonna say. So watching this already compared to watching the other series I watched,
that happens, you can define it during the
like crazy. By the way,
everyone wants to do the word of the day.
These guys are bad. They're really bad.
So it could be your thing.
How are we down that much CS already? 1v1. Okay. Big Dogs doesn't give a fuck.
The shield is there. Spica might just be.
Oh, and the BM! Bro, can we get Big Doke some help, man?
And that's actually huge. The fact that they were able to keep the Rumble from bullying this lane.
He tried a 1v2. I did tell you he's a god weak side player. It was actually close.
I think if they bring something like the Leona up there, very successful there. The gold going over to Spica, not super ideal. I want to see if we get a gank here from Maokai, though, with no cleanse on Sven.
He has to gank here. They have no wards. They has to gank. I think they know he has to gank.
Hold on.
Dead.
FBI
They're dead.
Going
I mean,
now. Flash coming out from
Flash W. Flash W. Got him.
To go in.
Ooh, triple flash. Does they get Leona here as well?
Remember, Sven
is
in really dire straits, and he's already down. FBI taking the kill.
Who's he gonna take?
Oh,
it'll be close actually.
He is ignited and he just can't fight it, but he can. The unbreakable goes up, and who he
if he would have went Tomb, instead of Ruby Crystal first buy.
You can really see
that kills.
Why I think when the Ivern is not on my team as an AD carry main, I'm like, man, he's so annoying, you know? But really nice response from Contracts. One of the things that I've been pretty critical of this NRG team is I thought when they had so much more success.
Listen to what they say.
Take a
look
look at the top
Dark Seal. I mean, I don't know if Dark Seal's worth it for pro play.
Looking
ahead
here.
That's just the smoothness of the Skarner there, being able to E him back to his jungler very early. He had been losing the lane, though, which is why he had to flash to safety. And then this fight in the bottom lane as well that we're just talking about, the full committal, just getting the original Q tag, a nice skill shot on the second Q, which actually ended up being pretty pivotal based on the fact that Spica came back.
You actually fit for co-streaming this event, even know all the ability names? I don't know. That's casting.
That first blood by Dig.
You know ability names when you cast.
Struggling in the early game. This is only the third first blood of the entire split.
Dig first bloods, 3 out of 13.
Not a very impressive number. 8th of 8.
That is embarrassing.
This was 2 of 12 before.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay, that is good to know.
Did them dirty.
That is certainly not the kind of first
What are these guys solo queue? No, they're all pretty good at solo queue.
The first step in turning
Jensen, I play with Jensen at solo queue.
And I was just saying
in
before
Europe.
we saw those replays. The other thing that
Was it EU or Korea? He literally died 15 times.
Early
Full mute died 15 times.
I think
playing Yone.
one of the things that a lot of AP
and Olivia actually
have done, and just general jungle XP changes.
I was like, nice, bro. My NA brethren, come to help me out of this hellhole. Runs it down quietly.
I thought this NRG team was always at their best when Contracts was
EU at heart, bro.
Interact with his lanes early.
All right, let's check in on mid, because we've kind of been watching everywhere else so far in the early game. Haven't really
Our
paid a
teams
whole
were
lot of
inting
attention to
regardless.
what's
We
going
didn't
on
give a
here,
shit.
because honestly, it's kind of a handshake. Just farm the minions back and forth. There's not really a whole lot of focus here.
And I think that would mean Jensen's playing that lane fairly well, since oftentimes the Lucian is picked.
Okay, he has no flash.
And look out.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh. You don't want to give Big Dokes gold, baby! You don't want to give Big Dokes gold!
It's a 2-1 game for
You're
Energy.
freaking up, man! You're freaking up!
Yeah,
he's already dead. As we see Jensen.
Yeah, Jensen's ready to keep this one going. Wants to keep that aggression towards Palafox.
No.
Not a whole lot more to find. Speaker showing up behind him just to guarantee.
And he got a plate, and he loses that wave.
But no way that's going to be.
Let's not forget, we last picked the Skarner here. We had Garen Hubbard, bro. This is last pick red side Skarner. This is what we saved last pick for, by the way. One of the weakest champions in the game. And we also banned Tristana, one of the weakest champions in the game. Or is that?
Again, that was one of the things.
Did RG ban Trista? I don't know.
How does he go up against?
Guys, help Ivern on the dragon, please. He does it incredibly slow.
They were looking at from him, and so Dokla getting those advantages topside is really good as well. As we see Dig starting up the trade.
That is the worst feeling.
Like the original mid lane gank by Spica that pushed Palafox back gives them the window to take this Drake, not to mention their bot lane was able to move up. So nice bit of a trade. The Grubs in the top laner died for the Drake
gold
on
leads.
the bot side for
It's a best of 3.
Still a pretty.
I've learned that game 1 doesn't matter.
And honestly, yeah, the
about how you
first
start
9
till you
minutes
finish.
have a little bit of trading back and forth, but nobody's really running away with it yet, which kind of brings us back to, you know, what we were talking about before we really got into the draft and got into the game. And Jet, you mentioned it. If Energy ends up winning this series, they're going to feel great, like heading heading towards playoffs, heading towards the end of the regular
I'm kind of worried for Dig's coach if they lose.
We were talking about their strength of schedule. We were talking about this team and the fact that they already have all the tough opponents out of the way. The end
a little bit
should
above
be an
oh,
easier
true.
run
I was
for them
wasting.
compared to most other squads. But after losing to Shopify last week, they really need to step up.
Wait, who lost to Shopify last week?
This is the pressure for this game, and you're always worried about that with Dignitas when.
Wait, who lost to Shopify?
Their schedule after facing a bunch of really.
Dig lost to Shopify?
To win against Shopify? Like, yes, they did get 2-0.
Yo, tell me that before I make my prediction.
The second one
They lost to Shopify. Wait, were those like 3 40-minute games or whatever? The 45-minute games? They lost to Shopify?
They were actually very good against the top teams. They had 1 win against Fly.
Oh, it's a 2-0? Oh, okay, okay.
Liquid. They just haven't
been
been able
different
to
series
close
then.
out enough series. So now would be the time. But then they're up against this NRG team who's been improving throughout the split. So even though it may look like they're playing one of the weaker teams, they're actually playing against one of the only teams with 2 wins in the whole split. They're in 4th place right now.
Well, I think it's also easy
Oh, wait,
to
so
recognize,
LCS is
like,
really
this,
good teams
every
right now,
single
and there's
person on
everybody
this
else.
NRG team has won a title.
Yeah.
Kind of like no middle pack.
Every single person but Isles on Dignitas has also won a title. So
9 out of 10.
Yeah, so there's just like a lot of experience on both teams, which is why I think when you ask players to evaluate, like, oh, how good are these rosters sometimes, a lot of it is like, oh, well,
C9,
they're not
Fly,
playing
TL.
well right now, but we know that they
Is
know
FlyQuest
how
really in
to
the
play
same
because we've
speaking
seen
of
it before.
C9 and Team Liquid? I'm not so sure.
Don't get much of a scrap up here. A couple of
The Lucian has first mid, first
not a whole
move.
lot. Remember that Energy got the first 3 grubs. Now they are starting up the second set.
Where's Daisy? Here she is. Big girl. Let's go, girly.
Already ready to go here, but Dingatos is ready to maybe make the pincer attack here with Jensen coming up from the side. Immediate engage from
This
Isles,
is why
but he's already nearly
they
dead.
picked
He
Rom.
gets healed up by the redemption. It's clutch to keep him alive as
Ooh,
who
that's
he
pretty
also
close.
has to flash away. Energy staying alive, kiting out.
Oh, Big Dokes in the bot lane!
Meanwhile, down in the bottom lane, it's a 1v1 at the same time.
Flash for it?
Calling back up here in the top side, River with the equalizer, finding its way into Licorice in the bottom side as the Void Grubs 5-1 secured for Energy in the top.
They got 5 grubs.
Dignitas unable to prevent the Grubs from being taken completely, and an important part about why they fought
matter
in the
this
bot
game,
lane
though?
is both those laners had teleport.
Yep.
So I think Licorice was staying dangerously close to Dokla
I don't
to
think they
prevent
really
him
have
from TPing,
a
and then was able
side
to
lane.
avoid getting solo killed. So that was a dicey situation for Dignitas to try and contest. They don't win it, but at least it wasn't a total disaster.
Well, and that's pretty good on Licorice, right? Obviously, we didn't see how that
I'm not sure.
in the bot lane started, but if Rumble does end up joining this fight and just laying an equalizer.
Oh wait, is
across
Palafox
that
that?
ult,
Is he the guy that?
Dignitas
What's his name
ends
said?
up looking a lot worse coming out of that.
Like a
As it
Korean
is,
or
Energy
Korean
will get that
mid laner said that. Oh, this guy's really good or whatever. I never went.
Take a look at. I want to watch like what's going on up here too, right?
How do you
Yeah,
guys
so
know all these names, by the way? Are you guys like LCS
was
diehards
trying
or
to
like
just stop,
pro play
Dokla
diehards?
from joining.
Yeah, and Dokla had a nice control word in the bush.
Dude, I know
From
everything.
stepping up, so nice
Wrong
little
with you,
game of
Tifo.
cat and mouse
Go
there. Gets
outside.
the flash for his ultimate, which will be up quickly, and an important flash burn by Jensen mid lane there. It puts Dignitas in a really difficult position because let's look at the way these lanes are actually.
You're a coach streamer. You should know their
Jensen
names.
losing
I'm
to Lucian,
learning. I'm new.
Skarner
I'm
losing to
new.
Rumble,
Yo,
and
can we
their
disable
bot
this
lane pushed
freaking
in as
hype
well.
train,
So
please?
where does that, like, Ivern is just going to fall further and further behind. And it's on Energy to actually make the proactive plays here because this means they'll have first setup on any Rift Herald or any Drake, and they also have a really inside track to getting first turret of the game.
Yeah, and you talk about how this composition works, right? Like it's Maokai, it's 280 carries, it's Rumble.
I mean, Maokai's
We've seen
trash.
this-
He'll be
we've
a
seen this
liability
lot,
later.
And it is really nice and easy to execute.
Ooh.
Nice interception
I'm gonna
there
eat
on
that.
the arrow from who
I think he still gets
problem
stunned.
is,
There's no way he
just
lives
have
here.
to pay
Ashlow's
for it with his
broken.
own life. The
Gets the kill, though.
Called in for the extra
Hey,
little bit of damage.
big
Advantage
flank.
grabbing the
They're
first
tipping
kill
in.
as Contract
Big
won
Dokes is on the way.
Equalizer finally
Big
comes down.
Dokes has arrived.
Fox drops the calling, but Isles is ready
Burn,
to engage
bitch,
with the
burn.
blade. Speak of falls, FBI grab the kill on that.
I'm a Dokla fan. I am, bro.
Another one in
I don't know what it is.
Could be the next in.
I kind of almost want Energy to win just for Dokla.
Jensen provides covering fire. Isles makes his retreat.
I think Dig should be very happy that
Yeah.
that
I don't know
was
why.
just a 1v1.
Dokla down. I don't know why.
So originally, when you cleanse this Leona R, who he's going to regret stepping in front of this Ash arrow because there's actually a 70% CC reduction that you get post-cleanse that would have allowed FBI to actually almost immune that Ash arrow. But
I
instead,
think he still
Hui
dies.
gets done the entire time, and they're able to kill him. However, on the tail
A little
end of this
cute
fight,
love? I think you're
Rumble
right.
actually does teleport in. Watch the harpoons that he misses both of that either one could have secured the kill onto Isles.
Yeah, and
Wait,
you
he
have
hit one.
Palafox and Jensen both coming up. Palafox looks like he's going to be in trouble. Flashes out, is also able to get out.
Uh-oh.
with
Licorice is like,
Tifo.
ah,
Move
shit.
on.
Sorry, guys. I last
Split
picked the
fight
weakest champion
does work
in the
out
game currently. My bad, guys.
Surprisingly well for Dignitas.
My bad.
It really does, and it means we have Drake now.
Yeah,
up,
guys,
only the second Drake of the
we're
game.
playing
Everyone
red side,
here
by the way. I
except
last
for
picked
Licorice,
Skarner.
so
I got
Energy's gonna
first
wanna
gank,
start
and
to
I'm still
try and
Gap.
get the Licorice TP out.
My
He does
apologies.
have the Skarner ultimate if there's a contest to be had, and instead looks like Dignitas is just going to give it up.
All right. Not going to fight for that one means that Energy are going to be the overall
Dragons.
winners of the early on neutral objective battle with the Drakes going even, but a 5-1.
I'm not a
in their
game one
favor.
Andy.
As
I'm just
Isles
saying.
Not really
Like,
worried about
I'm not a
any
game
sort
one
of
Andy.
real threat on his life from Huhi and FBI, considering how tanky.
Who
the
won
Leona is.
MVP last split?
Palafox
Okay,
is gonna
stop
continue
trying to
applying
quiz.
the pressure here with
Now you're
the
just trying to
1v1
quiz me.
Jensen, but Doku's
Stop.
ready to turn
I'm
this
learning.
into Not a 1v1 if he gets the opportunity. Is recalling an award, though.
And this is actually giving a lot of free time for
Yeah.
Licorice. I mean, he's been up top lane for quite some time now.
God, Rumble's so
They
disgusting.
might end up getting.
He's got their- oh.
He's teleporting in behind for a game.
Oh,
Nice solar
shit.
flare,
Go to the river.
engage coming out from Isles. The equalizer trying to cover his own escape, but Dokla's still
You might better run it back. Licorice is eating. What are you doing? Contracts almost lived that as
It's a
well.
1-for-1 trade. The
Skarner
and
is
the
not what he
Maokai
used to be. What are we
both gonna
doing?
Be traded back as Energy and Dignitas break even here in this big scrap.
And even though Licorice was able to TP into that fight, he immediately just took damage, right? And he was able to get in, get the apprehend, as we see.
Here's no sums.
going
Gotta hit
to
something here,
defend.
bud. Oh,
Yeah,
he
honestly,
would have hit
really
that first
important to
cue.
have dodged that Winter's Bite.
Yeah.
I think that very easily could have been a kill otherwise, considering both summoner spells were down.
This is not a good game for Sven at the moment. Still down both summoners.
It's not. They got rolled
losing
2v2.
mid-bio at every step. FBI not getting any weaker. Call just cashed in as well for an extra
I mean,
bonus
dude,
goal.
they had to
We're gonna
ban
watch this
Braum.
fight
I
one
told
more
them to ban
time,
Braum. Why
where
don't they
Dick was
fucking
really
listen?
hoping this was going to be their big play. They're one teleporting in to defend the turret, but more importantly, really trying to clean up kills here. Great Leona ult to start as the Skarner approaches.
Yeah, we get the Leona ult down, but then we also get the Maokai Rumble response. And
Braum is
Licorice,
so
even though
useful, he
is
blocked almost
able
everything.
to suppress contracts, right? He's taking damage that entire time. So they Energy end up trading that back. Palafox
I mean,
is
so
going to get
close.
the bot lane turret now.
And Dignitas needs more time. I think the thing with Licorice is he's
Allow
had
he's
to lane
bad
against
against
this
Rumble.
So he's
Rumble's
just
actually.
stacked magic.
I know he got
into
nerfed.
this,
He's
but
still
then he
so
teleports
broken.
in and gets culled by Lucian
Yeah.
Ezreal.
Yeah.
And he's got no armor. That even though it got buff flowers by 0.2 per level, he still melts.
By God.
Team Liquid versus Cloud9 tomorrow, undefeated versus. We will be there. We will be there.
Going into that
Look
fight.
at Flower's face. He was really counting on that health.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
I
was.
honestly can't believe that's almost enough to survive half of a Blade of the Ruined King proc, but it just still wasn't.
It wasn't enough.
As Palafox, this might not be enough either. Licorice,
His ult,
not
Skarner.
gonna hit his ulti. Palafox honestly playing this.
There's no way he lives. Can we
beautifully.
get him some help?
He's still alive,
Anybody want
now
to
he's
right-click
back
bot
to
side,
the
guys?
There's no way he lives, right? Finally, the kill comes through for Dignitas.
I think we could have saved him.
Palafox fought that one tooth and nail. Ultimately,
Did.
still
We got
falls,
nothing. Oh, we
and
got
Dig
Rift.
takes the kill plus the turret.
But a big investment there actually takes a little bit of extra time. So the Rift Herald pops mid lane. They've already killed the top turret.
Yep.
They want to break mid here as well.
Yeah, Energy should be able to break mid. And as you said, Jet, Dokla is still pushing on tier 2. He's going
do
to
not like
rotate
Skarner's
down
build
now.
either.
We'll see if they end up doing anything else after getting this mid.
When you get that
But
Void
that
Staff
also
Rumble.
just opens up the map so much more now for Energy. They're up 3-1
tower is
in
quite big.
turrets. The Drake stacking is in neither team's favor since they each have one, but just having this open map, especially for these
Saying
two
leave for
big
NRG now? Did you
carries,
switch
is
sides?
massive.
I really
Wait,
do think Energy
wait.
is ahead in this game, but I will say
Have I switched sides?
when we were seeing Skarner a lot,
Yeah.
he seemed to just win games because of his ability to take up space in team fights.
Yes.
So I think if he gets a little bit of armor and Jensen and Sven can complete a few more items, that's the hope that Dignitas is holding on to. It's just going to be really difficult
Sorry.
because of the amount
Just
of
one bite.
control
I'm sorry.
that
I'll
Energy
wait.
has on the map.
And additionally, I mean, Dig do have a lot
Just
of
one bite, I'm sorry.
potential, right? With their composition, we've seen when they have been able to split up fights potentially and isolate someone. That is where, you know, the Zeri
I don't
can
get
come
breaks.
in and be really
I don't get
strong,
breaks
the
from work
Skarner
to
can
eat. I'm
come in
sorry.
and
Do what
be
me to
really
do.
Strong. So that's kind of their window to success.
Stop
now
ignoring
for me
LCS.
is
Wait, what
either
LCS do?
making picks, so then it's a 4v5, or splitting up a team fight enough that you can pick off
Chat
people
message in my
individually
chat?
and not run into the NRG kind of wombo combo.
And one thing I'm going to be
Because you were telling me, I hope you're enjoying the watching LCS. If you haven't seen, you should check out your Twitch extension. You can click on Champion Portraits to see all the build info in real time.
Reduces its cooldown by almost 2/3 if you slam someone into
But
a
did you
wall
pay
with
me?
it. So I feel like if Dignitas is going to
But
take a
the
longer
business
fight,
email,
it's going to be something more
LCS,
than just
how to
a pick.
talk to my
Licorice
manager
is going
if
to
you
need
want me to
get
be using
these
some weird
angles,
extensions.
time those
I'm just
keys
saying.
right, and make sure
Back
that
to the
he's
game.
getting those wallbang resets. Otherwise, his ability to create that space like we're talking about back when Skarner did dominate the meta is going to be greatly hampered.
Yeah, but I'm also just looking 10 seconds until this
Okay,
next
what I
break,
miss? Okay, the gold
and
gap closed a
there's
little bit.
not very many good approaches for them into this, but what we do have to look at is these two wards, because maybe they could try a flank if they want to contest this. Knowing, though, that Energy only has one
Okay, so they
Drake,
got this
is
dragon. Oh,
definitely
they
the
did
one
get the
you give
last
up.
one, the first one.
All right.
Yeah.
It looks like
And,
Oh, they got the second one.
Yep, that's the name of the game. All right, one Ocean Drake.
Guys,
no big
stop
deal.
saluting.
Give that one away. Energy up one Drake, up
It's just
1,500
banter.
gold.
I'll
20
check out
minutes
the
in
extension
game.
after
Honestly,
LCS.
considering some of the games that we've
After
seen
this
so
game?
far here in Summer Split,
I
this
got
one's really, really close.
Yeah.
I think so, and honestly, I was trying to find differences with these two teams.
Oh, this
in
new
the
Lucian
stats
build is like
flowers
Blade into
before this
Essence.
game, so I'd have interesting things.
Remember
to
when I
talk
was
about
flaming
during the
people for going
cast?
Blade first on
What do you
Triss?
got?
They're the same.
Oh,
I've actually
right
seen
there.
it a lot. So
So
a lot of
close. So
the,
we
like,
have all
I think
these
rank
stats, like
2 and rank
close
3
percentage,
both
major
are
lead
spamming
percentage,
Lucian
major
mid.
deficit percentage,
It's actually
and
so
every time
disgusting.
I was ranking like first to last in the LCS, Energy and Dig would be right next to each other. Like those percentages were just the same. The
Oh,
only
'cause
difference
Kraken
that I
got
found between
nerfed.
these two teams was that Dokka
Ah.
doesn't get the same level of jungle attention that Licorice did, and that Contracts like to camp bottom lane. But then even
Wait,
in
what'd they
this
say?
game,
So
they
I'm
moved
working.
top lane a bit
LCS!
and started ganking
Brother,
for Dokla.
I get it.
So
You want
was
attention. You
probably
need it.
kind
I'm
of the same.
working,
So
man.
I'm surprised
I can't keep
that
responding
this
to your
game is
messages.
4 kills to
God
4
damn,
with
what did you
only a
say?
1,000 gold difference.
All right, there's a 1,000 gold difference, but they're
Co-streaming rights revoked. Thank you for your service.
Advantage in the
I love the
bottom lane
LCS,
marksman position.
actually.
FBI over Sven.
Actually,
Ezreal
LCS
versus
is
the
awesome. You got anything else
Ashes,
you want to
the
say, brother? I'll
largest
read it right now.
gold
Live.
advantage for a single player.
Read it.
compared to
What
his
you want me
counterpart.
to
Keep
tweet
your
it?
eyes on FBI and what he might be able to accomplish
Okay, focus up. Okay? That's your really good ult, but Braum shield, you gotta be. Oh, but the Licorice actually did something. Big dunk with the flank. That's a huge ult. It's actually nice to make Licorice his flash, though. Wait, Skarner's broken, actually. Okay, wait, okay, Dokkenton. Wait, he got. That ult was actually not that good.
You get that stun, you have some fun. Dignitas.
Wait, that ult actually could have been a little bit more placed towards the back red wall.
Team fights, he's the front line.
I think his team left him, actually. Look at back. I think NRG just like abandoned him. Now that I think about it.
That was so clutch by Dig, withstanding the Rumble ultimate with the redemption from the Ivern, and then turning it around on Dokla at the end. Very well played by Licorice.
Let me rewatch this. I think they left. Maybe they didn't have vision of that bush, so they were scared.
They can try to get a pick. Just watch.
Okay, like that's scary. At that point, you just want to live. Like right here, you're scared if you're NRG. You're like, oh shit, we're gonna lose the game. And like back out. I'm pretty sure though.
Showing up in time to separate them and do damage. You think Licorice might go down immediately?
I think if they VOD reviewed that as a team, I bet they had a cooldown available and they could have killed Licorice for sure, and they got out. I think it's close though.
That's not just
It's close.
That's not just Seismic Bastion. That's the Thimble Winter next to it. This is an incredible.
Guys, are you just gonna spam LS every time they show this guy or what?
Really strong back when he was meta.
Guys, we don't just need to spam LS every time we see him, man.
Good reason. It lets him spam out those.
Like, okay, the joke was old an hour ago.
Survivability in fight.
And you were really good at answering this question before. Like, what is his shield scale off of?
Health.
What is the Thimblewinter shield scale off of?
Health.
What is... I think some of his damage... Okay, everything scales off of health.
I feel like if Dig win, we need to
Flowers is Skarner expert, by the way.
I'm pretty sure producers still have that just
they
locked away.
Do.
Oh yeah, he is actually. Skarner has like a weird fetish with Flowers has a weird fetish for Skarner.
So
at this point, it's going a little bit too far, Flowers. What is going on? Wait, what was that?
Thank you, producers. Yes.
Are my demons popping up in real life? Wait, did we just see that?
The only player on Dignitas that has been a part of everything. 2-1 and 3 on the Ivern. Honestly, having a really good game so far.
Great takeaway in this match because we know contracts were
shit
early on
Sorry,
in the
guys.
draft phase if Spica didn't take it right away. And I think what the Ivern is also enabling is this Jensen Zeri. It's the first time we've
I don't see a world where Zeri ever dies.
Instead of a control mage matchup against the
From
Lucian,
Maokai flash W, but then she just jumps to the team.
He's got a 30 CS advantage on the Lucian. He's got 1.2 thousand gold against his mid lane counterpart, and he's in a position where he's got to step up and carry.
And you know, back with what I was talking about in draft,
I mean, actually, now that I'm looking at it, Energy has no range. Wait, none. Who is killing Jensen?
So to see him being 2-0-1 on this champion, which would not fit into his stereotypical pool, is a very good sign for Dignitas.
The range is only Ezreal.
As we see both Baron and Drake set up going on. NRG did push.
Lowy's not good in a Rumble because she has to walk melee range, and Rumble melts her with Flame Spitter.
And now it looks like they should have pretty good control over Drake if they want to go for it.
Yeah.
As Dig are now posturing around Baron.
I think as Dig can also.
Zeri's got a short range to the right. Well, Zeri can auto what's in front of her.
Time they've actually had a little bit of control on the map because they're at least pushing out the top side and clearing vision.
Like she wants to be able to just run back, like running backwards is goated.
To solo this Drake if Energy just kind of bluffs for a little bit here. The danger with bluffing, though, is at any moment an arrow could fly out from Ashe and try and start a...
There is no Ashe threat. There's no Ashe threat. Off the cap.
Got that Drake to
okay, now there's no Ashe threat.
The rest of the team just trying to place...
They're
staying group.
They saw him with Ashe arrow, so they should engage on in the mid.
No way.
Okay, hold on. Palafox now. Throwing the call
out
towards Licorice. He's coming down to stop him from taking the Drake, or at least try to contest it. Doka's going to make his way down, so Licorice cannot get any closer.
I don't know, bro.
I
don't know. I'm kind of vibing with NRG a little bit.
Yeah, Dignitas on the
Baron.
Baron.
TPing.
A TP's coming in. It's a
Palafox wants to reset first for item and then TP back.
Squad. Energy has to try to answer this.
They don't vision of Skarner. Oh no.
Daisy down to 500. Solar player ain't gonna find any hard.
Oh, he's got to be dead. Braum shield. Nope, dead. He's gonna back it out. Oh, AW, what are you doing, Jensen? What are you doing, man?
Licorice here on the front line, but again, he's got to endure the wrath of FBI.
Ball passive.
Coming out from Miles here with a Zenith.
They got one. Cut it back. Cut it back.
Oh,
Doku! It ain't gonna be enough. Doku, baby! Oh! Let's go!
With a triple kill.
Oh shit!
4 for 2.
What a fight! Back and forth.
Dokla down, bitches!
The idea
Holy shit! So Jensen inted, by the way.
Use the dragon to give yourself the start on Baron and look to peel. And Licorice sees the teleport coming in to start the fight.
Yeah, watch Licorice.
Like, it is, like, okay, it's really good right here.
Exactly
1 for 0.
You want the Scar.
What is Jensen doing?
Immediately gets deleted. Jensen goes in and then just gets bodied.
Really poor re-engage there by Jensen.
And he can't. I think the
line to do damage here. Dignitas runs this game.
Look at this dope play. He's like, my team's low. I got this. Flash forward. I got this. That's big Dokes, bitch. He probably yelled that on stage. Show his reaction. That's big Dokes, bitch.
Somebody check ThinkCard's blood pressure, please. I don't know if this man's all right. Oh, hold on.
Oh, FBI.
I don't know if FBI's
nice
all right either. Prophet of Clan's getting away from the Enchanted Crystal Arrow. As now Isles is here on the front line and nobody else is around. Nobody's coming to
Oh,
save
God.
him. Nobody's coming to
Snowballing.
bail
They got Ivern slow slash. Slow. They got to play it slow.
Not surviving much longer.
So talk about getting kited. This is what I'm talking about. They're too short range.
Jensen still looking at free fire.
Gotta get Jensen. Oh, no.
He's going to drop. Lots of bodies hitting the floor. Dignitas just got 4 contracts.
Well, it is. It was short-lived. Oh, they griefed it. I'm talking about they're too short range. Jensen kind of trolled a little bit at the end there, but
is that
GG?
actually take this, kill the turrets, and actually end the game.
Wait.
Oh my God! It is
No way. Brom's up at
incredible
15.
The amount that they are going to get off of this victory here in the mid lane. The 5 for
Hey, Brom,
1.
it's only
They
Brom.
don't
Wait, is
have
that
Baron.
game?
They don't need it. It's 5 seconds on.
Wait, no
Ruby.
way they
It's
lose
gonna
off
be another
this.
15 before anybody else
Holy
gets
shit, I
back
think they
alive.
lose off this.
Licorice tanks the turret. He protects.
No
the minions.
way that is-
There's not going to be any backdoor protection coming up now. There's no way that Brom can stand and do it all on his own.
Wait, they lost off
Ruby's
that.
just going to give over another kill for free. Dignitas take out energy in game number 1.
And once again, it
Wait,
comes down
if
to these
wait.
crucial mid to late game team.
Okay, if I'm NRG, I'm tilted as shit.
Win. Last time
What
against
the?
game 1, it was that Baron. This time in the mid lane, I feel like
Wait, I am
Licorice
tilted as
and
shit if I
Scarlet
won.
An apology.
Yeah.
I was not.
Or
familiar
if I
with
lost
this
that.
game.
And Jensen also kind of shook
Diggs
his head
probably
at
like,
the
wait,
end
what
walking
happened?
off stage there
Wait, we
because
won?
He felt like he threw the game a minute after he won the game.
You throw it and then you catch it.
Just
Exactly.
Zeri things, you know.
Just Zeri things, I guess.
Wait, can we
First
get a VOD of that
Zeri
last
game,
fight,
first
please?
Zeri win
Actually,
for
what's
Jensen,
like,
as you
what's
saw at the
happening?
end there, 1 win away from drastically increasing their playoff chances.
Just
Zeri
like
didn't
we
die.
talked about at the start of the game.
Dokes is
back
pissed.
in
These
the
fucking
draft.
shitters on my team.
Energy already
Fucking
has
make me
those 2
1v9
series
every
wins, so they're
fucking
feeling
game.
all right.
Throw
After
the
that
game,
loss to
piece of
Shopify
shit. Look at him,
last
he's
week,
pissed.
Dignitas
He's pissed.
motivated. They got to be hungry to get this, because if you drop this one, all of a sudden everything is very dire heading into the final week.
And I think it's a tough loss for Energy, honestly.
Yeah,
because the way they
yeah, you
had
don't say,
control of
Jet.
this game,
That might be a
it
little
felt
bit
like
of
they were
a
in clear
yeah,
win
wait.
for 20 minutes.
He's
before they
literally.
All right, a reminder to all y'all.
Or mad.
The LCS is happening over on Sleeper, so make sure you lock in your picks and bans for next week's games if you want to top your league. Now, we're heading on over to the LCS Lounge, which might just be Raz and Basil, to break that one down. Hell yeah.
See what they have to say. Yeah, he's 4 mad, bro.
Me and Basil.
Hello.
So first thoughts on it, of course.
Oh,
we just
shit.
were able
Wait,
to
let me watch
consume
that
the
actually.
game.
I forgot I'm on YouTube, so I can rewind. Okay, what happened?
Oh, somebody check ThinkCard's blood pressure.
Okay, we ran a
please.
replay.
I don't know
Observers,
if
be
this-
better. Okay, so I walked up.
Right.
Do you not see Leona?
Somebody check ThinkCard's blood pressure, please. I don't know if this man.
No, he has vision. They see Leona. Do you not respect Leona? Then surely his E's on cooldown here, right? It has to be, right?
Oh, hold on.
Okay, cleanse.
FBI.
Yeah, it was, so he flashed.
It's all
Okay.
right. Either Prophet of Clan's getting away from the Enchanted Crystal Arrow, as now Isles is here on the front line and nobody else is around. Nobody's coming.
Okay, so right here it's good. Wait, right, like, back it up a little bit.
Jensen go
Bro, f these settings, man.
Oh,
I
hold
went
on.
back too far.
I don't know if that's now nobody's all right either. Prophet
Dude,
of
can we
Clan's
go
getting away
slower?
from the Enchanted
I
Crystal
don't
Arrow,
use
as now
YouTube this
Isles is
shit.
here on the front line and
Okay,
nobody
wait.
else.
Okay, it's so good here. It's 1 for 0. You're up 3,000 gold.
Around.
Contracts flashes into 5 on the Ivern. But there's no. But maybe he got baited because if you look at it, his follow-up is right here. Look where Palafox is at. Rumble is here. Ezreal. They literally have no way to get here except for Braum.
He's coming to say
Wait, does he not have Q? Oh, wait, he didn't mean to do that. He instantly W'd then ran away.
Nobody's coming to bail him out. First kill goes over the
I think they try and run it here.
Daisy.
No, Power Fox full comboed forward. Oh, my God.
Not surviving much longer.
No way to run?
Still maybe looking from an angle here. Energy's low on health. Jensen still looking to free fire. Picks up the first one.
Wait, what even happened, bro?
Jensen still looking to free. Maybe looking from an angle here. Energy surviving
what
much
happened?
longer.
Okay, they really can't run. Okay, they got 3-man slowed by Skarner. Flash. Ash hit Dokla. Jensen flashed forward. Maokai's looking to W. Okay. No, I think after they picked, dude, I don't give a shit. This game's over. I mean, it's not over, but after they pick Leona right here, you just go prep Baron. They have to face check, right? Yes, Daisy's alive. Maybe you get Daisy. I don't think you flash forward. Like, Power Fox is too far. Power Fox is way too far. The play's done. It's a 1-for-0. You got free shit. You're winning everywhere. You have a 3-dragon lead. Like, bro, your Big Dokes is feeling confident. Skarner's useless.
Nobody's coming to save him. Nobody's coming to bail him.
I think we got a bit too hyphy playing Maokai. Know your
You
role.
reload in a draft. You see those two comps. Who are you leaning towards?
I'm sure if Jensen's actually survived this, but that on top.
Can I just refresh to go live?
Height doesn't matter because it's not about how tall or how strong you are. It's about who you are.
He's laughing. He doesn't believe it.
I don't know. I'm pissed if I'm Dokla.
Tall people more likely to die faster. So good luck to you.
Live button?
Why does height not matter?
Live.
What else can I say about that?
That's all you had?
I mean, I didn't really come prepared for this one. This one was like, you kind of hit me with like one I didn't expect. Height doesn't matter. I mean, I don't know how to argue why height doesn't matter. I could say being shorter is better because like in airplanes, like you're not so like you have more space. But then I'm arguing about something else. So why? I mean,
We talking about height.
Next,
Trust
like,
me.
your turn.
I know a lot about height. You want to talk to me about it? I'm 6'5".
Hello?
Bro, what are you parking?
Serious? What is that?
Remote smart parking assist.
I would have been a commercial.
You could have parked anywhere.
They could have parked there. They could have parked there. They could have parked there.
I would have been a commercial.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Why are you watching ads? Bro, I gotta eat. I'm sorry. Like, oh my god. I have, my job's so hard, I have 3 minutes to eat an entire meal. Like, please. The energy comes back and sweeps them? I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Energy's tilted as shit. Energy's tilted as shit. And I kind of don't blame him. I'd be pissed. No, they're not. Not everyone has your mental. Bro, we are human. It doesn't matter. There is no world where they're not tilted. They just lost a game. They were completely winning off of one fight mid. They lost the entire game. They are tilted, bro. Not play competitive games ever in your life is a psychological power or factor. Composure's a thing. Bro! They wouldn't be fighting for last if they had composure. They're tilted! Trust me, I know about tilt. Yes, the Baker incident. Like, even the best still. But this shit game hacking enough one fight like that? I mean, they had 5 grubs, right? Wait, or did NRG have the 5 grubs? Wait, they didn't have, wait, they didn't have the grubs. Wait, they really lost the game of that fight at 27 minutes? Jesus Christ, NRG is tilted.
Welcome back to the LCS and Summer Split 2024. If you're just now joining us, we're in the middle of a series between Energy and Dignitas.
I'm eating.
The game number 1, the most
Wait,
common
they're already back?
sentence
Damn,
I saw
they
online
speedrunning
about it
this?
afterwards is,
Bro,
what just happened?
last
Because
time
it
I
felt
watched
really
was like
close
20
for
minutes in
really
between.
long,
Guys, I gotta
and then
eat.
all of a sudden it was over
Fuck.
and Dig took the dub.
And right before Dig took the dub, it felt like Energy had just taken the dub, which gives us this weird sense of shell shock that now Dignitas is 1 game away from winning the series. And one thing I just have to call it out.
Okay.
I love how fast we go from end of game 1 to game 2 champ select.
That's what I said.
Yeah. It's
Thank
the
you,
best.
LCS.
It's the best.
That's what I just said.
Good job, Mark.
Yes.
And everyone behind the scenes that makes it happen, because not everybody can do this.
Yeah, no, this is fantastic. We do have the Nidalee and the Ivern banned out by Energy. Remember
Wait, the
last
Ivern was a
I
problem?
believe
Oh, no,
it
that's
was the Lilia they banned away instead of the Ivern, so they're going to change
Energy
that
said
up a little
fuck
bit.
the Ivern?
The Cassante going to remain banned. Senna, Sejuani, and Aurora. I do believe those are the same 3 first phase bans that Dig had in the previous game. And Energy, you know, they're just going to keep running back more of these similarities. First lock.
Okay,
on
I
the
like
Rumble
the
once
big
more.
dokes on the...
Absolutely. So because Energy
Wait, are they
lost
still
the
blue
game,
side?
they got choice of side select. They decided to stay blue, and their adjustment was a jungle ban change. I don't think Energy expected the Ivern
We
takeaway,
like this
and we're kind of hoping
big
that
dokes
it
like
could fall
Rumble.
to contract.
Do you think
since it's
Licorice
something
goes Skarner
he's
again
so
last
good
pick?
at,
I'm going to
but
say
there
no.
were also a number of times
No
in
way.
that game where it looked like Energy was about to break it open, and then an
I
Ivern
cannot
shield
believe
or
Energy
an
lost.
Ivern Redemption or an Ivern McHale's would just keep this
Dude.
darn game alive. Before
I put
Dignitas could
myself
come back,
in like
and
their
they
shoes,
are-
right?
They're
Like
in
if
for more
I
fun.
was in that
Sign them
situation,
up.
Yeah.
and like
I
so
mean,
let's
sign me
say
up. I'm always down
I
for
was
this.
dope
We
with
got
her,
to
right?
see a,
How
we got to see
mad
some
would
of
I
the
be?
struggles,
I,
but
first
also
of all,
some
I would
victories
have
of
to
the
blame
champion in the
somebody
previous
to make
game.
myself feel
It felt
better.
like he was
Contracts,
made paper
bring that ass
up
to your
until
boy.
the Thimble Winter
Right,
was
I'm flaming
completed,
him.
but after he got those shields,
I'd be
that
pissed.
increased the survivability by a substantial amount.
It really did, and that was with
I don't think we play jungle, can it?
early ganking actually killing Dokla in the lane phase.
Yeah.
So
Is he gonna run back
signing
the
up for
same
more of
exact
that, and I don't
team?
think Energy's actually making that many changes. They're saying the Ivern was the
So
problem.
what? It's just because of
1, 2,
Ivern.
3, if they end up blocking in the Lucian, is going to be exactly the same as they did in game 1. And I don't necessarily hate this because, like we said, they were in a lot of winning positions for a large percentage of that game 1.
Yeah, that's what, and essentially that's what they're calling out by running this back, right? They're saying, all right, it wasn't in the planning phase, it was in the execution phase. That's where the problems occurred, and so they're going to keep going with this. Dignitas, though, they're not allowed to run back their jungler, so instead we're going to switch it up. We're going to go with a different plant. It's Zyra to speak of.
Much.
I mean, there's a couple
more
of
damage.
flex possibilities.
Yes. So even though there have been a bunch of AP jungle nerfs, small taps to champions, the core of it with the itemization hasn't been changed, so it's still an incredibly fast clearing jungler. And I think maybe if we're talking about just the jungle matchup, more in favor for Spica this game than it was in the first game.
I don't like,
just
dude,
with how quickly Zyra can full clear, and then more so
How good is
damage
Contracts?
Zyra can
Back
do
when I remember
in
him, he
mid-late
wasn't
game
bad.
teamfights.
I mean, it's the structure we've
Is he
seen
really
in the
a
jungle
Maokai
for the past few weeks,
Sejuani
ever
duty
since
jungler?
Faded Ashes became
And if
an
that's
item
the
in
case,
Tristana
is that
Turkey took
all
over
junglers
mid
in
with
LCS
these
now?
AP junglers. If
Does
you're
nobody
going to
play like the
traditional
Canyon
gank
style, like
jungler
the Nidalee?
into these AP turbo clear champions, you must be able to make
Is all of
something
LCS
happen
like
early.
this?
You must be
Labra
able
does?
to affect the lanes and have an impact on the game, because if you do not, you will be out-farmed. It's not a question.
Yeah, but also on the other side, when you pick Zyra fairly early in the draft,
Just blabber.
Energy can still try and figure out a team comp that isn't necessarily weak in or good in Zyra. Because like, if you're trying to really dive on top of a team,
I know
with
Nidalee's
Zyra
banned
Ashe,
for
you're
saying
gonna have a bad
junglers
time.
like that.
Yeah.
But if you can pick some higher mobility or longer range champions, you can kind of just poke Zyra out before a lot of these fights. So that's why I do like the Ezreal ban adaptation from Dignitas as well.
Yep.
FPI's Ezreal not only was very good, is also very good against Zyra.
Oh,
so
wait, what
we'll
is
see
okay?
what they
And they're
end up going
saving
with
the
in
support
bot
pick
lane
unless
game
it's
two.
a hover. I think that's
Triss
really good. They should have done that last time.
banned. I feel like,
Wait, what that guy just say?
Okay. How come Tristana didn't get
What did that guy
his
just say? I
name
missed
as
it. I was
strong?
reading. What did he say?
Tristana's taking up the game too, chat. What's going on? Trist remaining banned. I feel like that's you and me both. I think he had a couple of big moments. He had a couple of pings.
He did.
Question marks.
He did. Only one.
Wait, there's no way that guy's
felt
watching
like
at
game,
the arena.
So not that bad. I want to
Unless
make
he's
actually a
on
quick
his cell phone.
point on the Trist and its inability to lead
Aphelios,
the
I
meta,
like that
and
champ.
how
I think
hard
that's
it is to actually
watch.
balance for pro, because the nerfs that Trist
Dude,
got
I don't
in
want it
patch
live.
14,
This is fine.
14 hurt Trist by 5% win rate.
Yes,
That's huge.
Trist is
so in almost
not worth
all
banning.
cases it was too weak. But pro is so incredibly contextual.
Yes.
The actual Trist matchups that pros play, which is like Trist into Corki or Trist into Lucian, didn't change that much.
Right.
Even if the overall win rate got completely tanked. So a lot of times when you're nerfing for pro, it's like you actually need to somehow nerf for a specific matchup, which is a really difficult task.
Right, it's not like it's Tristana versus LeBlanc in solo queue at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Everybody's on their 17th game of the day, right? It's just not the same ball game. But we do have the Jhin locked in for the side of Energy. So a lot of extra help.
Played
here with the
ads?
setup.
Oh, I should
Extra
play the
range
ads
like
before
what
the
you were
game
talking
starts
about.
so you
If
guys
you're
don't
gonna
get
try to
auto
deal with
ads.
something like an
Docs,
Ashe or
you really
Zyra,
want
hit
head
him with
mod,
the
don't you,
range,
bro?
Lock him up, pick him off. We've also got the Leona.
Wait,
here for the
Docs, you
additional
want head
engage
mods so
for
bad,
Energy's
bro.
side. Now back over to Dignitas, final pick of the draft.
I
What do
can't
wanna
play
see?
ads. I think they just
We're
played.
looking right
Sorry,
now
so
at
I
the
can't
support
actually-
choice. I want to see them have some strong engage. They took the Leona away. It's actually not that strong of a lane, so
So
they
I
need
thought
to
Leona
play
used to counter Rakan.
fairly
but
well in the laning phase.
I've been
which
seeing
they didn't
Rakan
do
do
last
really
game
well
against the
nowadays
Ezreal
against
Braum.
Leona. Just play away
But
from it.
Without a strong go
Rakan
button
is too
to
fast.
pair up
The
with
combo's
the
too
Skarner
fast
Ashe,
for Leona to stun.
They
For
wouldn't
CC
have the
lock him.
same pick potentially had in game one, so understand that choice from us.
Yeah, I really like the fact that they've got a huge team fight engage just because of the fact that if you don't pick this, your only real way to engage is in
I'm not
Channel
sure what
Arrow, and
Jhin
we
Leona
already saw
does,
in the
though.
previous game. It's very easy if the enemy AD carry already feels compelled to run cleanse. He can just eat the arrow, cleanse it off, walk away with minus 200 HP, and he's fine.
Yeah. I mean, what was lost in that game one crazy ending is how great FBI played the entire game.
Yeah.
Like he was.
I mean, that was
crushing
that
lane
he
phase,
kind
was
of
landing
trolled
so
a little
many
bit at
Qs.
the
He
end.
was timing his cleanse immaculately and baited Dignitas into a couple fights. It really felt like.
I mean, true.
Just
that
wasn't
last
enough,
fight he
so
did bait
if
in a
FBI
free
keeps
kill.
his
Actually,
confidence
true,
here in
true,
game
true.
two, maybe we'll run it back for a game 3.
So most
Well, they
of
didn't
the
change the ADK
composition
meta.
on Energy's side
I mean, they
is
tried.
the same of what we saw
It's okay,
in the
that's what I'm
first
saying.
game.
It's not like Riot didn't
There's
try
a
to
lot of
stop AD
similarity
carry
to
mids.
core
They
of it.
nerfed
Yeah.
the two
What do you
culprits.
want to see change
Corki
particularly
and
about
the
play if they want to bring us to a
Trist.
So it's
They
interesting
killed
because
Trist. They nerfed
Energy
all the runes. They
won
nerfed
80 to
Kraken.
90% of
They
that
nerfed
game
Absorb
one.
Life.
So I don't want them to make huge changes. I want them to start
And then
stacking
Zeri,
Drakes earlier.
Lucian
would be one thing.
just
I
took the
think
spot.
Dokler
Draven's
should
played mid,
naturally
Jin's
win
played
that
mid. So
top
at this
lane.
point, what's the
So
problem?
I do want to see
Maybe
Energy
durability
go more
patch.
with the type of jungle proximity.
Maybe
they've had
you got to
throughout the
remove
regular season.
AD's
That is one difference I saw
MR. But
between
if you do
Contracts
that,
and
then you get
Specific
more
is in
mages
general,
bot lane.
Contracts ganks more, and specifically ganks bot a lot more. So
it's like
win that
hard. It's
bot
actually,
lane,
I
get
understand, it's
bot
actually
power,
hard.
but turn
Problem
it
is,
into
you
early
can't kill
drakes.
80
You
carry
can
mid
accelerate
without
that
killing
game
it bot
faster
lane.
and threaten soul if things go
That's the problem.
All right.
Because mages
Let's
are
do
already
it.
strong
Back
bot lane.
On to the Rift for game number 2 of the day. Dignitas, if they win this one, will find their second series win of
You
Summer
could
Split
buff
2024.
AD carry
Both
counters.
AD carries running cleanse. As you can see, Huhi with the ignite there on the Leona.
But
versus
Assassins
Miles
get
running
bullied
the
by
heal when you're
AD
up
carries
against something
early.
Like a Jinner Leona that has that much lockdown, that much burst. You want to make sure you're
And
ready
then
to survive that.
Again,
Everything
imagine
else
you're playing
pretty
AD carry, but now you're
stock
under-leveled bot lane.
across the
Assassin's
board here.
hard.
The big thing I'm going to be watching compared to game number 1 is this Zyra pick. I want to see what
Let me just go bot lane and have AD carry mid. I mean, it could be the future, honestly.
To make a move.
Actually.
Yeah, and I want to see if there's any disruption to that early jungle path. Another thing we want to check on as we're looking at Dignitas's playoff chances, a win puts them in a way higher chance, is Sven. He's never missed playoffs.
Oh, shit,
in
the pressure's on
LCS
you,
or
little
LEC.
guy.
And this guy's been playing since 2015 when he was on OG Origin as Niels.
Yeah, OG Niels, man.
Went to World Semifinals in Europe that year. But in any team he's bounced around, in any region he's played in, this man has always made playoffs. And it was...
No pressure, bro.
It's got to be a strange experience for him, this split, after taking a split off, role swapping back to AD carry, popping off in some of the early games, setting a Smolder world record for stacks.
Oh, wait, this is the same matchup mid, same matchup top.
He didn't have a good Ashe game either. So to get that win and now be able to close out this
better not leave Big Dokes alone. You better early gank him again. We see what he did last game.
And lets him have a solid performance here in game 2.
And it's not just the fact that he's never missed playoffs, you know, like if we look at the accomplishments this guy has historically, he's one of the only players who's ever won in both Europe and North America, like holding a title. It's really impressive. The guy's career is storied.
Why does nobody start
now,
from NA and then go to other regions?
He's got to prove it again, right?
He does.
Are we that bad?
Different roles as
They need
well.
me.
Played support for
Good
the last
trade.
2 years.
It's a really good trade mid. Does Biscuit as well. It's a really good trade.
Yeah.
Just airy things. They'll hop over the wall.
No, exactly. He hops over the wall before Lucian gets the Light Slinger passive for the double
About
autos.
pain.
So it makes the trade significantly less impressive than it otherwise would have been. Meanwhile, back up here in the top.
Like I said, Jensen has.
Never mind.
Even last game, he was struggling a lot early.
Palafox.
But it's fine. He traded flashes, Zeri and Lucian, and he's going to teleport back anyway. He's not going to lose that many minions.
I think he loses
It's
anything.
fine.
Okay.
Jensen's the man. He's undefeated on Zeri.
Actually, not bad.
He's 1-0, 100% win rate.
You know, one of the things I appreciate the most about you is how you can say stats like that, which completely don't matter, but with a dead serious face. Like, you are 100% presenting that stat as legitimate.
It's a, are you paying attention check? Because if you're not, you're going
I
to
don't even know where Zyra's at. Oh, he doesn't want to get
There's
pulled in a
not
turret.
a whole lot of other news to talk about on the Rift here just
Actually,
yet.
everybody's
Both
playing
of our
like
junglers
Zyra's running their
continuing
lane.
their clears right now. You can kind of just see the speed difference already being showcased with the fact that Spica is already done with his first 6 camps before those crabs spawn. The spawn now of that bottom one as Spica is immediately ready to take it away.
I despise
you can
this
see
shit.
Contracts working his way up into that top side river now, going after that one, but a few seconds delayed compared to his counterpart. Spica might be able to make something happen here mid, but...
Yeah, I think for the most part, this is actually.
I just think it's so used. I think it used to be broken.
Due to having. The
now I just think it's useless. Like you don't really notice the saplings. Yes, it's a guaranteed lockdown.
So,
but all these champions have dashes nowadays. They just dash into
know
them.
where Maokai started, and they've actually moved the Rakan up.
Oh,
that's annoying. That's annoying. He
has
has no flash. You have to eat that. I think it's possible that gets canceled. That's
beautifully done there by
We need some
Dignitas.
MIA
They
pings.
the support up to potentially
You
go
got the
for
kill?
Raptors, but
Jensen
they
got the
see
kill as well.
A
Oh,
much
boy.
bigger prize with the flashless Lucian.
Hey, you already know how Dokla doing, baby.
Fine that they traded
You already know.
That's why it's fine.
We had pan that camera topside. Dokla's giving him a beating.
They commit the resources.
Already know with big Dokes.
Rock
solid, this guy.
Jungle duo, and Jensen gets off to a nice early lead because of it.
And you can see the top lane wave, though, is in a difficult spot right now for Licorice. Dokla's trying
Yeah,
to
it
hold
is.
this freeze.
He
and
lost
Licorice
last
now,
game
no
with a
teleport
lead.
And no wards. He doesn't know that Maokai is completely bot lane, so he's got to take a risk here to shove this wave in, but looks like he'll actually be able to do it no problem.
Yeah, Licorice having, I think, the identical first purchase of the previous game, going back when he has
and
enough money
Dokla
to
has
buy
2
both
pot.
the
Wait, this
tier
guy is
and the
not
no
sweating at
magic
all.
mantle. Rumble does a whole lot of damage in the laning phase. That's kind of an obvious thing for anybody who's ever laned against him.
He's
also
broken.
the fact the Electro Harpoons shred your magic resistance kind
fix
of
it.
really punctuates how much you need some of that early MR to not just immediately die if you're past the halfway point in the lane.
Yeah, and Licorice needs to continue to shove that wave in because he's not getting help anytime soon. This dragon is what is going to be next up. And I did say I wanted energy to take control of early Drake. But
they have no pressure bot lane. I don't think Jin's going to do anything. I think Jin's really good later.
Slightly in the side of Dignitas, it's a bit harder. He still hits level 6 first, though, so he should get mid push. And it looks like they're starting on this dragon in 6 minutes. Pretty good.
Okay, Energy starting up the objective, but Dignitas is aware of what's going on. Isles is just trying to annoy them here a little bit.
Well, yeah, I thought Fearless Draft was coming to some regions.
Clearing his Gromp. The wave bottom is the big issue here for Dignitas. With that about to crash into the turret, including a cannon, it looks like Energy is pretty safe to take the Drake, considering their mid lane control.
Oh, it is.
And the big thing is Dokla's held this teleport this whole time. Liquid's already teleported back to wave. Yeah. So no way Dig is going into River when a potential level 6 Rumble could teleport in and break open the game. Totally fine giving away that Mountain Drake.
Yeah, that one's pretty risky, the nature of those teleports. And I mean, even though it is early on in the game, even though you can still only teleport to the turret,
Fearless makes it RNG how to pull Trin mid
early on, it's still
I think overall you become better players.
Considering how long range and how impactful the equalizer is, as Spica. Just one last auto attack there from the plant.
Actually,
that Scuttlecraft.
Plus it's more fun to watch.
If he was any other champion, he might be stuck.
I mean, it's got to be more fun to play as well.
Meanwhile,
oh shit!
in the bottom side as Isles tries to get away.
Hold up.
Curtain call.
Might be able to curve it. Oh, it's close. Oh, it's close.
Oh, wanted to try to curve the bullet.
Hey, that's what I said. Stop copying me.
Maybe he could get the pick on Isles, but just not quite enough. So FBI and Huhi are going to have to settle for
good spot. Where's our freaking jungle?
And this game, even though it's going a little bit better for Dignitas in terms of gold, is playing out a lot like Game 1 in terms of map state. Energy still getting push bot, push mid most of the time, push top. It's just a matter of being able to convert this into big advantage on the map.
Perform is the question.
Just getting their first
loss
earlier. But it's kind of, you know, an embarrassment of riches here that Energy can pick from anything, and they just need to pick one and execute it well to actually blow this game open.
And when you think back to Energy's peak, when you think back to last year's
I have a horrible feeling about what Huhi is going to do at 28 minutes.
The LCS, and then went on to Worlds and had their own
prophecy
performances there.
You dream about that?
The thing that set this team apart from their competition was the coordination. It was the team play. It was the fact that they were unafraid to take these fights.
FBI's a Senna merchant.
They had the communication and the trust
to
execute, and that's kind of where we saw them fall short in the previous.
He actually baited that lens. There's no way they kill, but he just got it for free. Actually, really smart.
Action with flanks and side lane pressure and the ability to collapse and create fights. That's been missing, and it's a tricky discussion because Palafox has played a little bit better towards this part of the split, but the 2023 version.
I think Senna's terrible. I don't give a shit. People say something about T1, like, oh, but Guma has a 80% win rate. I don't care. I sit here and I watch it. It looks like you're lagging in real life. It's a terrible pick.
But then
so
later
freaking boring.
Was down 40 or 50 CS. So like the way that they're thinking about side lanes and trading farm has not been.
I'm like, how do they ever win with that trash?
And we even heard Palafox himself back last split in spring talk about his own shortcomings, talk about not measuring up to the level that he wanted to play, not measuring up to his own expectations. So for Energy, I think everybody, specifically themselves, they really want to get back to that form. They want to be able to kind of find that coordination. We're talking about
a very
the ability
good
to make fights, the ability to force their
wards.
opponents
It's kind
into
of like
a scrappy
Bard and
situation
Pike
that they
can
might
get
not be
wards
ready
that
for.
other supports can't.
Absolutely.
Like
We had a discussion on the lounge about who the fourth best team in the LCS was. This game is going to dictate a lot of that.
Slithering snake.
Thinking about coming up here, but Licorice is.
Hi, Licorice.
They are actually technically in fourth. And because so many teams have one win and Energy has 2 wins, in terms of their playoff chances, a win is rather important.
Yes.
A win is
playoffs
rather
are win
for them because if they win
next
this
week?
game,
no,
they
next week is the last week.
Playoffs. So losing the first game definitely not the best thing for them.
Right.
And you know, they're just not able to break this game open. I keep waiting for it. And here you see 2 unlocked, 2 unlocked. Even a loss gives them a pretty good chance, but you never know with the way these things crack out.
I feel like we could have made that
chance
more appealing to the eyes. No, if I'm not flaming because right, I'm not flaming. I'm just saying. Right, I take it back. It looks good.
If you drop it, right? If you get 0-2'd, there's still a 1 out of 10 chance that you don't make it based on these statistics. If you get 1-2'd, there's only 1 out of 50 scenarios where you don't make it in. So even just a single game win in this series is a multiplier of like 5 for your chances.
Yeah.
The single games
they're not
matter.
necessarily thinking about the pure percentages. They're just thinking, man, we should beat Dignitas. But
right, yes.
they feel like they should have in game 1. They definitely should still have the ability to feel like the better team. But I gotta say, Dignitas is in a much better state.
Oh, tiebreakers. That makes sense.
Than they were in game 1 because despite them not having any
being so annoying,
lanes, they're up 500 gold and only down 1 Drake. And if they can stop this Dragon stacking, it's going to buy them so much time, which is, I think, why they have such early setup here with Jensen and Isles already getting some deep wards on this Drake.
Yep, it's impossible to clear also.
Spawning in just about 20 seconds here.
It's okay, we have Maokai's tablet. Wait, can we fight, by the way, guys?
This minion wave.
I just realized the score is 1-0. Can we like fight
down in this energy red side jungle? They clear out a little bit of it, but there's still plenty. Contracts going
okay, must have hurt me. Got the CC, kept his W.
Isles could be caught out. Immediately battle dances right back to the safety of Spica. These two, again, working together, moving forward to clear the wards as a team so that Isles can be the man on point and immediately retreat back to his ally if need be.
This is a very
I think Dig was supposed to be a super team.
Palafox is slowly moving out towards Skarner. They could both teleport back to the fight, but Energy is kind of looking to slow play this.
What is Fearless? It's where you can't pick the
Otherwise,
same champions twice. Wait a minute.
And tried to have Licorice
wait, is Fear? Wait, is that? So let's say that the enemy team picks Tristana. Can you still play Trist, or it's?
So it's going to be slow.
Can't play it on either team if either team picks.
Oh, Contracts mistiming the twisted advance. He wanted to use it to get out of the knockup of the Stranglethorns, but it ain't going to matter. Isles burning away, and Huhi taking a kill.
Leona got the kill. It's not bad.
Flashing out of the potential follow-up there from the Zyra.
Spica
and Sven still after the enemy support.
Way late.
Don't
didn't want to TP because he thought he was close. Maybe? That Skarner didn't look good. Hold up! Okay! Oak's here! He has everything! Flash! Oh!
Bullets do not feel good. Dokla ends up coming in with a flame spitter to finish.
Damn, I wonder if Dokla shouldn't have TP'd anyway, despite being so close.
He's being thrown left, right, and center.
You can see how much priority these teams are putting on the Drake. It is both of those players that were top lane teleporting into the fight. 2 for 2, I believe, as we had that split fight. They're going for more.
Another one.
You got greedy Palafox. Brother.
And Jensen gets paid.
Let's focus up.
Back at this series,
you're letting
those
Dokla
2
out.
kills
okay.
from Zeri onto the Lucian are going to be so crucial.
And doing that, you're letting me down. Just saying.
I love the damage that Spica got onto Contracts, but that kind of baits Dig into the river, and I love that initial turn by Huhi to get one back right at the start onto Isles.
He's kind of far. I think he should TP right here.
Even if he's weaker in laning phase.
Oh wait, no, his TP's down. Oh, it was bugged on the scoreboard.
The distance he was able to close there to help secure that kill was just massive.
Oh, it was bugged. Okay.
And then some
his
nice
was down.
trading and dodging here, spreading apart for that last 4th shot. May have at least saved Jensen, even if Dokla cleans up the kill onto Spica.
Oh shit, yeah, no, bro.
Somebody please check in on this man. Between the reactions we saw in game number 1
better,
and now in game number 2, Think Card clearly feeling the stress of this one. As you also saw the player cam on Palafox, a little frustration on his face for his own performance here in this game 0, 2, and 1 on the Lucian.
Yeah, and if it gets to a point where Jensen can start winning the 1v1 against both the Rumble and the Lucian, that's going to make it so much easier.
Rumble against Rumble's hard.
If he hits harpoons, then they can set up around objectives with Zyra plans to make it impossible for Energy to step in. So actually even more important.
Dig still make Worlds? I'm pretty sure nobody's eliminated yet,
because
right?
Ivern can play so much better defensively due to the shields. And
I think this determines
is also
if
really
they can or not.
about, as Palafox gets a trade in, is the fact that we're 14 minutes in and there's still just 1 Drake. So the Soul is in no, by no means a close threat to them in their ability to draw this game out and get the items they want on Skarner, Zeri, and Ashe.
And the Void Grubs, a very similar situation to the previous game.
This
but now,
Rakan is
a little
so
bit of a
fucking
problem
annoying.
for Palafox. The culling in the face of the enemy support does guarantee his safety.
Ooh, we got CC chain.
It's Licorice and Spica working
okay, you have Maokai, bro.
2v1 fun. Dokla's done. Spica takes the kill, and Zyra's on the board.
And that's the play. That's the type of top laner you want as a farming jungler. He just sets it up for you, pulls the man back, keeps him still, so there's no chance you miss your skill shot. And
there's Rakan's everywhere, and they have
man, Skarner's so
Energy has Maokai.
A+ service, man. Put a bow on top of it. That one is gifted.
Oh, a Summer
right
Bash?
Over. Palafox and Huhi going to try to get some damage on this top lane tier 1 turret. Void Grubs, same situation as game number 1, 5-1 in favor of Energy here. So they've got some extra pushing potential, but that was a nice enchanted crystal arrow from a long way away.
You're rooting for it? I said
I
wanted Dig to win.
Nobody was in range.
Like I predicted Dig to win, but I'm rooting for Dokla.
They burned the Huhi
on
ultimate
Energy
as well because Huhi was afraid that Dignitas was going to be able to close the gap while Palafox was hit by that Ashe arrow stun. So now with no Leona ultimate, it gives Dignitas a lot more confidence to just move into this river and completely clean away the vision. Looks like they're going to start off the Rift Herald as well. So the extended consequence of that Ash Arrow could
top really that good. Rumble's fucking broken. They nerfed him. I still think he's
timing on the neutral objectives.
Look at these wards. This for Khan.
But if we're talking about neutral objectives, a minor neutral objective in the blue buff as Spica just smites it away. So hey, you'll take that. That's a dub.
And
there's Maokai just running around.
Just getting super comfortable here. Just
wait, I think that's like
Maokai's objectives off the map because Jensen's free hitting turrets. He's a level up on Palafox. Licorice, even if he's getting pushed in by Dokla, knows he has kill threat and has proved it by getting the kill.
Dude, I think that's what Maokai players do. They just throw the game.
Freezing this game state as long as they can, and it's on Energy to make difficult plays from a deficit.
I mean, somebody has to do something
proactive. Sense of desperation comes in.
Somebody on Energies has to do something proactive, but who doesn't?
That deficit feels a lot more meaningful than the numbers might have you believe if you're just looking at kills. 5-2 is not particularly impressive or bloody in a game of League of Legends, but a 2,000 gold lead, 16.5 minutes
Maokai, Maokai flash W, nice on who?
Advantage in terms
Ash,
of
that's
any sort of fight where you're not, you know, underneath an enemy turret or something. In open
they should both fight for this dragon.
Really does have the edge.
Yeah, combat power is the biggest thing. We will say we don't have the Thimblewenter on Skarner yet, which is what really turned him on in teamfights in that last game. Right. So Energy is willing to at least start this Drake. I think they actually have to, but the danger now is if Zyra or Ashe start a good fight against them, it could end up kind of ending the game because their gold lead could get way, basically the gold difference could get way bigger here.
They're not giving it. Go get your ass in there and fight.
They're on one item spikes, so is Dig. So Energy is willing to fight with that similarity, and Dignitas,
cowards!
Despite the gold lead, items are what matters. They can't just strong arm their way in. Energy doing a good job securing that second Drake of the game.
Yes, but I also think Dignitas is totally fine with that because Jensen just opts not to teleport in. He gets the first turret of the game, which gives him even more of an advantage now. Look at that, 2.3 thousand is his gold lead over Palafox's Lucian.
Oh shit,
so it is a little bit of a risk because it means they'll have to contest a potential third Drake.
Maybe Jensen wasn't the problem.
Soul more quickly, but it just puts more eggs in the Jensen basket, which, you know, not 100% reliable.
No, it's not. Is it, Jet?
Yes, he is undefeated.
He sent last game and won despite it.
Right before they won the game, he did fly into their whole team and get one shot. So I love that Jensen has the confidence in himself to say, I'm taking this turret, I'm getting the gold, but now he's got to pay it off because I think they're actually strong enough to contest that Drake.
Yeah, I agree, bro. They put it on the caster's desk. I agree, man. They're cowards. This is an NA Classic. They're scared. Okay, they got in on the support. Everything gone. We on a flash call.
They're going after the Herald.
There's nothing here. They're just trolling.
It's going to reset now. Nice interruption there on the curtain call. Herald goes back to where it came from.
All I'm going to say is, watching these guys play, guys, these are what? Mid to bottom tier LCS teams. Even watching teams in the World Cup play.
18.5 minutes into the game.
So different.
Ready to step up and answer them.
So different. It's crazy.
Pit for themselves, and it looks like
I guess there really is 2D levels to this shit.
To try to push back up and contest it. Should be Rift Herald for Dig.
Definitely should be. It's reset a couple times though. It's probably taking about 25,000 damage of its 10,000 health bar at the moment. But once they get this Herald, they should be able to use it to maybe even break open the mid turret, which would then allow all three outer turrets to be taken.
We're outclassed today? What do you mean? He'll body you.
Of 6
and FlyQuest should have beat G2.
A lot of
and G2 won LEC. Because Fnatic is just the worst team I've ever seen in my life.
Game is how Sven is not on the back foot. If you remember in game 1 on the Ashe, even though they were against Braum Ezreal, it felt like he was completely trapped under his turret. Anytime a Braum Q would land, he'd be under threat of dying. He seemed like he was constantly without summoner spells. Here he's kind of pushing freely, hawk-shotting all over the map, always has his summoner spells, seems much more difficult to close onto, so he's in a very comfortable position.
If you want to end up on the caster desk, just say the word.
This gold
says
I was talking about how
LCS.
2,000 gold at 16, 17 minutes into the game.
I got you guys in my pocket now or what, bro?
4,500 just
about glazing me, LCS. I get it. I'm the greatest of all time.
A little bit more damage into this tier 1 would have put him over the 5K mark.
Riding.
Honestly,
LCS riding, by the way. Probably some unpaid intern who's just the biggest T1 fanboy on the account right now. They're not paying you, bro. Let's focus up. The games are live.
In damage, trying to fly into a Zyra Zeri Skarner, it's so tough. So for how much control Energy had in game 1, they're in a really difficult spot here in game 2, which if they lose would just mean they get 2-0'd by Dig. And
Dig lost to Shopify. That's true.
Oh, yeah.
If you get 2-0'd by the team that lost to Shopify,
Again,
it's such a bad pick.
With the use of the twisted advance, but it ain't gonna work. Jensen goes into killing spree.
They might be able to slow play it.
1-for-1 as Isles is the sacrifice. Curtain call from FBI at least forces Dig.
Dude, it is terrible. I have not seen on any region this be good.
Dig, it ends up being a bit of a nothing burger, I feel like, because I'm looking at summoner spells as well, and the carries generally still have flashes. Sven losing cleanse could be impactful later, but for the most part, that's just a bit of trading gold and reset, as I think the big thing we'll see is in 1 minute, 5 seconds that next Drake is going to spawn.
Yeah, they're going to fight. They're up 5,000 gold.
Not only
winning mid jungle bot.
Drake lead early on for energy, but
I think this draft sucks, man.
Matters as much as the quantity.
Like, yes, you pick Leona, but what does Leona do with Jhin?
Okay. This is a hex.
Nothing.
This
they
is
have no kill pressure ever.
Wants. This thing is awesome. If this was a Chem Rift or something, we would kind of be like, wow, energy's
run. Oh, he has
really
no team.
Bad.
He has no team ever.
Flash, but Skarner is.
Look at like a Palpatine. Oh!
Licorice goes for the ulti, but he ain't gonna find it. Equalizer.
They're late.
Defensively,
but they got zoned by Rakan, so they couldn't go through River.
Old Skarner, you can't miss those. New Skarner, you can sidestep it.
Very true. A great escape by Dokla right there, but it does mean he's still pushed back. Dignitas taking complete control of this Baron side. I really want to see them move quickly towards that bot side. They cannot be trading any more objectives away. They have good enough vision. I think they should feel safe to move down.
Well, dude, Dryden said Maokai. You know what I mean, Maokai? A jungler that does something proactive, so that, like, when Lucian gets pushed against Zuri, they can go do something or take camps or anything. Because they had winning top. Mid was about even before he got ganked. He was honestly botting him. If they had an early ganker, he could have died. Right? The bot lane was even. But they have topside pressure on them. They don't see it.
Just kind of seems to be yielding the fact that, hey, we're down a lot of gold. We can't really take this. Instead, that's going to be first Drake of the game for Dignitas.
And they don't have enough damage to actually threaten Baron with the Jhin and like a 2-item Lucian up top lane. I'm waiting for this Herald to be summoned. Finally, it's 22 minutes, 30 seconds into the game, so it was probably about to expire. It's actually running.
Here we go again.
Oh, immediate double engage coming out from
same exact death. He doesn't do it. He is literally just free gold. A bag of walking gold. I'm not even playing contracts. It's just this is what I see Maokai always. It's always just Maokai. They're either solo losing the game or just doing nothing.
Turrets now to 1.
Negative impact champion. I hate it.
But that'll be standing there for probably the Zeri to pick up in a
Best
couple
of 3
minutes. What is this gold lead now? 5,200 for Dig. And a 4-0-1 Jensen Zeri.
This is not Shyvana. Shyvana's broken right now.
Either scared of or respectful of,
on this
patch,
patch,
how you want to phrase it.
If a little bit nerfed on this live patch, but I still think she's not the worst.
Baron is always an option for the enemy team, right? If they go for the previous Drake, Dignitas can just strangle Thorns the Baron if Energy isn't paying attention. Zyra burns that thing down so quickly. So for Energy, when you're already down over 5,000 gold,
damn, they really are trying to hype up this Cloud9 versus Team Liquid game. It's like the 4th time they've dropped that. Okay, we press W on him, he's actually gonna die. Okay, this bastard Rakan is finally dead. What can we do? Finally!
Credit to Contracts, he immediately flashed W that and did not allow Isles to escape, but Isles is definitely caught out.
Okay, there's the one play Maokai can make with his flash.
Power of the 4 champions that Dig have here, it does feel like a bit of a
they're not doing
energy
Baron
to start this Baron, but they gotta try. So they have
get off, bro.
And
get
Maokai
off.
Ult,
a good choice.
Step up and
get the off the Baron.
No.
Who you kidding?
Because the threat from Dig is too high.
Zyra loves these neutral objectives. If you ever look at the targeting circle for Zyra's ulti, it lays over these neutral objective pits almost perfectly. It's like it's designed for them. Jensen with a quick Zeri hop, skip, and a jump back over the wall. He's got
what are we doing?
Powerbox wanted to chase after this, but you got to be careful, man. League of Legends.
Oh, it's like in chess. You play hope chess. Like you make a move that's, you know, if your enemy doesn't see it,
but it isn't going to work out.
It's a good move, but you have to anticipate them to make the best possible move, and then you react accordingly. Bro, what is Leona doing? Yo, I just hope Zeri doesn't press E. Oh, I just hope she lags and doesn't jump over the wall. Like, what do we actually do? Like, Maokai, I'm gonna ult here. Maybe Zeri's keyboard will snap in half across their head. Like, what?
With Zeri, Zyra can go down.
Dude, what are we doing?
Spica also with the Verdant Barrier, very powerful item against the composition they're dealing with. Licorice the target here as Energy wants to try to make their approach, but the Scorpion's job
does he steal it? He has no flash!
Equalizer drop.
Not even close. Yeah, they're kind of cut off.
Instead, they get the Baron and everybody's ready to try to get away for now. Licorice should at least die. So Energy takes one kill, but they have lost the Baron. Palafox wants to go after Jensen.
What are you doing, man?
He flashes in! Palafox! That was not it!
I'm impressed.
Palafox, that was embarrassing! That's what I would say if I was a caster. Palafox with the cringiest play I've ever seen! NRG gets 2-0! Goodbye, playoffs!
Get cleanse.
It's fine.
It would have just been Summoner Spell.
Yep.
But
no desperation there. Anyway, Palafox down one more time. That's every time Palafox has tried to do something.
The guys just get fined?
Yeah.
3 for 3.
LCS still here? Yo, LCS, if I casted, could I cuss?
Really bad. And again,
please.
Going back to what we saw earlier, the player reaction came, you could see the frustration. It feels like it's getting to him.
Yeah.
Right? Like, we're just up here on the caster desk. We don't have the comms. I can't say for sure, but it's
okay, and if the answer is no, but how much would the fine be?
You're slowly bleeding out in the game. You feel that pressure. You've got to make a move. And when every time you try to make that call, it doesn't work out, it starts to rattle you.
Because for a play like that, I feel like it would be worth paying the fine. I mean, am I right? Like, bro, he's done the dumbest stuff all game long. No offense. But I'm just saying.
And now Dignitas just able to slowly push in this bot lane. The Skarner is completely online once again, so it's been a very solid pick for them in both of these games, even though everyone else
hasn't. He got bodied the first game.
Looking pretty solid.
His team sucks.
Boy, Eric
Dude,
he knows good champions
he
when
knows.
he sees them.
The Malphite,
yeah.
the Skarner.
Yeah.
You never know. Poppy.
It's big playmakers, man. It's just big playmakers, as we do have structures crumbling across Summoner's Rift.
This
Jack,
game's
you know the
over.
only thing better than a 5,000 gold lead?
You could say that they're tilted.
It's a 7,000 gold lead.
Last game. I think if they win that first game, this is a completely
27
different
minutes
game.
into the game, they still have the Baron for another 60 seconds on top of it. I'm struggling to find an angle for Energy back into this game.
Yeah, so on one side, Jensen is undefeated on Zeri.
Right.
But do they respond?
On the other side,
Can't be
it's
understated.
just his second Zeri game. So you never know. That's the window that I'll have back in this game as Licorice prevents Contracts from being able to steal it. Then Dig actually just decide to bail out of this
they
fight.
took away my co-streaming offer, or my co-casting, casting offer.
He takes one for the team. He's a team player.
Haters.
Doesn't care about that.
You're a hater, bro.
And 5,000. Okay, reset. 5,000 gold to Crusader.
Yeah, that's quite a lot.
That's the way back. That 5,000 gold lead has to die.
Yeah.
If you don't kill that 5,000 gold lead, you're not
Zeri's
winning the game.
not possible. Actually, the
hand,
FCC, they timed all their flashes. Malphite's flashes back up. But I'm telling you, for that to happen, well, it's almost impossible. But Jensen loves just running down his leads, so it's, I mean, there's a world that even if they do kill Zeri, they're all going to die for it. Again, a desperation ult from who here.
Counter engage from the Maokai ulti, just looking to buy some time, get everybody away. Who he survives.
2 teleports expended by Dig as well. I think they thought that was the fight, but that's actually great for Energy, getting both of those teleports from a team that is 8,500 gold ahead of them. So I almost kind of feel like unless Energy try a hard engage, I think they can actually get through the next 2 or 3 minutes just losing an outer turret. Dignitas used a lot there for nothing.
Yeah, Dignitas not getting anything. When you're this far ahead, I mean, you got to get more than that from the teleports, right?
Yeah.
Like that's.
Oh wait,
I fully agree. That is a win.
We passed 28 minutes. That was like 29.
They still have a lot of catching up to do. Again, the Zeri is the name of the game. Banshee's Veil fully completed for Spica's Zyra. Contracts.
That's a hit.
That one's what they were looking for. Jensen is dominating. Isles using the quickness and getting right on back out. Now the zap connects, and who he's got to be a little bit careful. Licorice coming around. He wants the pull.
That hits.
He's gone fishing, and he caught a big
I mean, the
one.
damage isn't bad. He's just going to stand there. I think they kill him.
Spree. That last shot of the curtain call.
He misses the
W.
And Palafox runs it and dies for free again.
And he might just be able to find some more. Not quite there. No flash, so he can't close the distance on Dokla, but it is 3 dead bodies in energy jerseys. It is nobody lost on the side of Dig, and they're pushing into the base.
I mean, Diffie in the Nifty. It is what it is. It is what it is.
Energy. They do have no Baron. FBI and Dokla might try and hold on, but it's going to be tough.
5 seconds on 2 remaining players for Energy until they respawn. The timers on who he contracts
they really
are short
can't
enough.
FF in
Energy
professional
holds on,
play.
But Jet, it's a 12,000
They're down
gold
12,000
deficit.
gold.
It's
not
more and more
happening.
problems for the side of Energy.
Oh, Maokai! Woo! Oh shit, and Dokla got it. Baron up? Wait, Baron's up in how long?
Huge shutdown
50 seconds,
Energy as Licorice makes a hasty escape. Dignitas lose 2 of their own guys on the way out.
This could be one of those games. And Energy really hopes that it's one of those games, because that's the only way they're coming back from this 11,000 gold deficit against this Fed of Azeri. But you can see here the one-shot potential with an Ash Arrow is absolutely there. They completely melt the Maokai. And what an absolute
that was like max range.
Licorice has become in this game. Not only does he get the engage, he then just a mile ahead of his team.
And he misses the
eats
W.
all the Jin bullets, only
Be
to
better,
pick the
FBI.
main to then have it turned around by
he's
Azeri.
106.
So
damn.
Massive performance
Maybe FBI's
by
need
Dig
help.
after having such
Wait,
a
he's
hard
100%
schedule,
KP,
after
106.
dropping unexpectedly
Gotta hit those though,
2-0 to
FBI.
Shopify Rebellion last week.
Be better.
If they can turn that around and have this 2-0 and also a 2-0 where Jensen's expanding his champion pool, not just playing the control mages, can make them such a bigger threat as they move towards playoffs. So 2-0 as well, as we saw earlier, gives them an 89% of remaining scenarios they would be a playoff team.
Stop throwing the numbers at me, bro. It's pissing me off.
All right, both supports taking a beating here in the front lines as Isles disengages. And Jensen picks up another one.
I actually like this Rakan pick into Leona now. Every time I see this matchup, the Rakan wins now hard. Picks over the game.
Deathless here in the second. His arrows have been setting up plays and confirming kills throughout the game. And Dignitas now has a 5v4 with Baron on the Rift.
You know, I hadn't thought about this, and I'd have to go check the VOD. I bet you he's had really good hawk shots. I bet you those years as a support was like, you know, I'd love to be able to ward literally anywhere on the map whenever I want.
All right, contracts. We have no flash again. We're just going to ult. Okay. Double has ult. It could be a big one. Oh, we got to ult that.
But now the Maokai ulti leading the charge as Isles makes the engage. It's problems for Energy. His contract in the front line is going to be melted, and Jensen
FBI doing massive amounts of damage.
Beautiful grab coming out from Licorice. FBI flashing away from the Strangle Thorns. Immediately has to cleanse as the Enchanted Crystal Arrows looking to run him down. Palafox dies again. Dokla dies next to him.
Like I said, I predicted Dig to win. Anyway, I kind of got excited for Big Doke, but
2-0 for Dignitas. They're going to pick up their second win of the summer split.
You guys ran back almost the same exact team comp after losing. Again, you probably to be fair, they had game 1-1 completely.
Until it wasn't. The second one was Big Dig all the way. They're going to bounce back after their loss last week. They're going to grab their second
maybe Shopify's good
win of the split and take out Energy.
Maybe Shopify's the top 2 team in the league.
From Dignitas.
They're not 2.
With this new format, moving into week 6 and just having 1 win, that just stresses you out.
Be better, Palafox. Be better.
Up now, moving to 2, moving way up in the standings.
You guys are all short as hell.
From that pack at the bottom. Congratulations to Dignitas.
And hey, that now ties them in the standings in terms of series score. I don't know the match score off the top of my head. With the team they just beat, with Energy, things are going to stay volatile. Things are going to stay close as we approach the end of the regular split. 6 teams get to move on to playoffs. Those bottom 2 are not going to be very happy, and it's still could go every which way but loose.
I think they're actually going to be completely tied. Both of them will be 5 and 8, and that's the second tiebreaker. So we move on.
5. I don't know why you guys are saying
it's going to be very interesting. We'll have the playoff tool running for the next 2 weeks to see what actually happens. But what we do know for sure is they're now going to be a playoff team in 89% of the remaining scenarios. Congratulations.
There was a 4 time we see that number.
Smiles across the players' faces. Yeah. It's happiness, but also a feeling, like you already said, of relief to the same degree, right? When you're talking about the struggles this roster has had, when you're talking about the fact that so many of these names have been so recognizable for so long, right? Like Emily mentioned earlier on back in game number 1, everybody but Isles has won an LCS championship on this team.
Yes.
And so sitting at 1-4 coming into this week,
He's kind of smiling a little bit,
Really happy to grab the win here, especially with the dominant performance in game number 2.
Absolutely.
Who's that guy?
I say it in the most respectful way possible, but they are the Boomer Super Team.
Yes.
So I feel like a lot of older players want to see
them
succeed.
Is that a camera guy?
Because it means that your career is not over. It means you can keep playing. It means that that experience can bail you out at the end of the day. And their macro, their mid-late game was actually very clean. This is like this experience stage way of winning.
Yeah, Dignitas looking good in that second one. And now it's time to join Basil, Jensen, and Spica for an interview.
Oh, let me do interviews.
Hello, guys. Say we're joining.
Let me do interviews.
Jensen?
And
Spica.
so, congratulations on your 2-0. Maybe Dig season is real. I don't know. Can you guys tell me?
Of course. It never left, you know?
Oh, right. Yeah.
We're just taking it a bit slow because these games, they don't matter too much.
Oh, okay.
Playoffs, we're going to start trying.
I mean, looks pretty easy. I'm not going to lie.
Exactly.
So, with an even harder challenge, because that was pretty easy, I drew a cat for you guys. You know, seeing Jensen on something that wasn't a control mage for the first time kind of scared me. So, I gave you some fan art, and I wanted to challenge you guys to...
Yeah, it scared me as well.
I want to challenge you guys to draw your own little versions right here.
Oh, I can already tell Jensen has sloppy handwriting.
Yeah.
He can't draw. Look, he's like, oh.
I can definitely attempt it, but
he's like,
oh
shit.
No, you go first. I need inspiration. I need inspiration.
Okay. Rock, paper, scissors.
Wait, do we do a shoot? Rock, paper, scissors, on shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
I won.
I beat him.
No, it's not.
Let's go.
I beat Spica. Call me up.
Can you hold this? I need to focus up here.
Oh, okay, yeah. This is serious. This is really serious.
Oh, here we go.
A cat. Wait.
My brother in Christ. The photo's right there. It's pre-drawn for you.
Have you seen one before?
Bro, just draw a cat.
This is taking a lot longer than I thought.
Looks like.
You got this, Jensen. Thank you.
But this, I can't copy this. This is like...
Just try your best.
It's your own version.
Oh, wow.
Wait, guys, wait.
Oh, wow.
What is that?
It's the nose.
Okay. Oh.
Oh.
Do you want to explain what just happened?
Look at that! The masterpiece!
Wow.
Look, we pretty much did identical!
Spica, do you want to come here and critique the artwork for me?
Sorry?
Do you want to critique the artwork? This is your mid-laners artwork.
I mean, he's a pro gamer, you know.
Yeah,
he's not an
yeah,
artist.
Are we playing League?
What's
going? Are they Bob Ross? No, I've done a Bob Ross stream before, so I'm actually a certified artist, like a certified painter.
You kind of took up a lot of the canvas, you know. Got a little distracted.
I mean, this one's gonna be hard to beat.
This posture is crazy, by the way.
We have Picasso here or something.
What's your?
Oh wait, what the? He's a tryhard?
Okay, sorry. So sorry. Okay.
Oh wait, he's kind of cooking.
That's actually pretty good. That's actually pretty good. I don't know what happened there. It was good. Oh.
That's not a cat.
It looks like a pumpkin.
Aww.
It's kind of cute.
Oh yeah, wait, he kind of goated.
So
Wait, his is way better.
I won, right? I win, right?
Okay, let's see. Who actually won? Scream if you think Jensen won. Okay, what about Spica?
Woo!
You might have just got wiped there. I'm so sorry, bro. But you know who else got wiped though? NRG. Good job, guys. Woo!
Yeah.
Sorry, maybe too soon. Like really soon, actually. But yeah, what was harder, this or your last match?
This was definitely harder.
I think so. I think this one as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, with your mid-jungle synergy, honestly, looked really good, looked really promising. What are you guys looking forward for your next match?
Who do you play?
I don't remember either.
It'll be a win.
Yeah.
It'll be a win.
Dig season, right?
Dig season, exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you
feel like
guys
she
for
ran out of questions.
joining
Like
us and drawing these cats, or at least kind of cats. And we're back to the cat.
I got it. It's fine. I'm taking it. There we go. That wasn't bad. It's just.
That's us. We're the casters.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't have to draw.
Yeah.
I'll just say that.
Yeah, that was, we truly got to see some modern works of art. Now let's go ahead and see
well,
what
sometimes interviewers come up with their own, like
here,
they tell you, yo, you
again,
come up with the questions.
With Dignitas taking that victory,
like that's all your job. You come up with the questions on the spot. So you have to react
Energy,
instantly.
and they are 1 ahead in terms of game record.
True, it is the winning percentage of your game record, not number of wins, not number of losses, win percentage. So they're 1 ahead there.
Tomorrow's match going to be good. Yes, sir.
Up to 4th place.
All right, that goes ahead and sums up halfway through the first day here, and we are going to be right back with 100 Thieves versus Immortals. A quick break first. Don't y'all go anywhere.
Not going anywhere, bro. I got to eat.